Hello and welcome to PPR's PC Division 2. We're here at Silverstone as our drivers make their way out the pit lane to start this short qualifying session. Sure to be a cracker as it seems to be decently sunny outside, which I know all of our races so far have had a little bit of rain. I know Xbox D1 last night stayed pretty dry, but here we may see some mixing up if the rain decides to come. But for now, everyone on dry, soft tires for the most part. We're going to throw up the track map so we can see just exactly where everyone is. We got a Toro Rosso. Looks like possibly Skins. No, that is definitely the gaming nub. Going to start his first lap as we cruise along through Maggots and Beckett's. Nice and easy to start out. PPR Squirmy, of course, is indeed serving his qualifying ban, so he'll be retiring immediately. But here comes the gaming nub up to the line to start his first flying lap. He is followed by Race 33, who is also starting a flyer, so we'll follow along these guys and see where they can end up on the board. Comes into turn 3 in third gear, pretty clean through there. Knocking it down to second gear to bite in on that apex. And then flat out here to this left-hander, activating that DRS. A little wide there, but keeping it still validated. All the way down to fourth gear. Biting with some second there. Plenty of ERS on the throttle. Mobbing now, using every single inch of curb there. Trying to keep it flat out. A little bit of a lift there. Downshift to 7th. As he cruises into Maggots and Beckett's. A little downshift to 7th to throw in. Up to 8th. Loses a little bit. Keeps it on the track though. Nice job by him. We'll hop on board now with Race 33, who's right behind him, who could compromise his quali lap if he catches up to him. But he's looking good so far. Sets a purple middle sector. Don't know how accurate this is though, as Cody sometimes likes to throw us random purple sectors. Coming around into the final sector of the track. Hard of the brakes, down to second to bite in. Through the final corner, getting on the gas as soon as possible. Across the line, and he does a 128.5, so solid lap there for Race 33. But it looks like we got the Ferrari, I believe, of Ozone Chimera coming up to the line as well. Kermit goes second fastest with a 129.1. Chimera takes that pole with a 127.8. Solid lap there by him, but we got Young Dagger taking it right back with a 127.4. And the Mercedes, I believe, of CSTM, he's reserving today on his outlap, just about to start a flyer. We do have the Haas, though, of Eduardo Andretti come to the line. We'll see what he can do on his first lap. He goes P6 with a 131.2. We do have the Williams of Henners, who's definitely vying for pole here. As he comes up to the line, we'll see what he can do. Goes P3 with a 127.9, so not too far off, as our first laps for most drivers are complete. We still have Striffium coming up to the line now. He's invalidated his lap, so he will be trying again for another one. As you can see, he's got full battery. Starting out his next lap. Let's see if we can find anyone else on a flyer. BCFU definitely a contender for pole position, as we've seen in previous weeks. So he will be looking to set a time and crack into that top 3 for sure. He crosses the line. Goes P2 with a 127.6, so 2/10 there, just off of Young Dagger. But we got Tiger Racing on a flyer as well. Look out for him. Cruising nice and clean through there, keeping it valid, staying on track. Nice through Maggots and Beckett's there. Flipping that dirt just a little bit, maximizing the track as much as possible. Coming down the hanger straight, keeping it nice and clean. Running a little wide there, but extending what Cody's signifies track limits, so it's all in the rule books. A little bit of a late break there, a little bit of a lockup. Back on the throttle, we'll see if he can snap that top 10. I'm sure he can, considering no one else at the time. P7 with a 129.3, so solid out there by Tiger Racing. Definitely room for improvement, I'm sure, as he will hope to go slightly quicker. Meanwhile, we've got Striffian, though, diving into the pits. He invalidated his lap yet again, so hopefully he can swap those tires out and get a brand new set for before he sets another lap. Gaming Nope seems to be on another flyer, but he invalidated it as well, so he will be dipping in the pits. So plenty of drivers in the pits right now. We'll hop on board, though, with seems to be the Ferrari of Tiger. Possibly going for another lap here, it seems. He's got more gas in the tank. Got plenty of ERS to get to Maggots Beckett's, but coming out of it, he may not have too much down the hanger straight. Keeping it nice and clean. I guess he thinks he has more time in the tank, or he's doing one hell of an in-lap. Plenty of drivers in the pits now. It should be chaotic as they all start to possibly come out at once. Here he comes up the line. Can he improve his time? He can. He goes P6 with a 128.7. So with minimal ERS, he's able to set a flyer lap. So we know he can definitely go quicker than that, possibly break into the top 5. We will see. But right now, our next driver to set a lap should be Racer 33. So we'll hang around with him, our host of the lobby. Sure to have the best connection. Apologies if there is any disruption in the stream today. We are broadcasting on an irregular network, but we're trying our best to bring the content to you as we have Racer 33 starting his flying lap, coming through turns 1 and 2, flat out. Solid through the first couple of corners, keeping it nice and tidy. We've got 9 minutes left in this qualifying session. Plenty of time for drivers to get 1 or 2 laps in. Strategy, of course, is one stop soft to medium. Most drivers opting for soft, as I think Skins just set a 129.1 on medium, so solid lap there by him. Race 33 powering through. Maggots and Beckett's now. Clouds coming in, it seems, so maybe might see some rain right at the end of this session. We will see, though. Here comes Race 33, looking to improve on that time of 128.5. He's dropped his ERS, and will dip into the pits, so nothing going for him there, but it looks like our next driver on track to cross the line and set a lap should be, let's see here, Emerald Henners, as he's approaching Maggots and Beckett's now. He's got the 2 racing points behind him as well on flyers, so we'll see how that pans out. DRS closing into the final sector now. Williams looking nice and clean. Hender's looking to improve and crack into that top 3. Gets a little bit of curb there. Early on the gas and up to the line. What can he do? Does not improve his time, so he will have to go for another lap. But we have Young Dagger setting another fastest lap of the race with a 126.6, so flyer there by him. We've got Ozone Chimera backing out of the lap and diving into the pits. So that'll be it for him. But we do have what seems to be Strifium trying to set an actual lap. Sets a purple middle sector. Could be on for a solid lap. Still has yet to set a time. Looking to crack into that top 10 for sure. And join his McLaren teammate up there on the leaderboards. Comes up to the line. What can he do? P8 with a 128.5. So solid lap there from Strifium. See if he can hop back into the pits and get another lap as well. Looks like BTFU invalidated, so he will be diving into the pits as well. I believe the gaming nub has backed off and will start a fresh lap. But Kermit zooms by in that Renault, coming up to the line to try and improve his time and hop back in that top 10. Banana Boat coming up to the line. He goes P9 with a 128.6, so improves up 2 spaces. Solid job there by him. We got Fusion Dog, though, who left the lobby and had to rejoin and validated his lap, so he will try and improve this time round. See what he can do. I'm going to run down trackside and see if I can check with my sources what the weather will be like. According to our sources, we have a dry to light to heavy rain forecasted for the race, so that should be sure to spice things up. As we have what seems to be Kermit maybe spun round or tried to get out the way of a hot lapper. Looks like he got out the way of Tiger Racing. Sorry, Ozone Chimera, who is on an outlap. Meanwhile, Tiger Racing cruising. He did invalidate his lap though, so that may be it, as Kermit seems to have run out of fuel, and that's the reason why he's going so slow. So he's gonna mow the lawn a little bit here for Silverstone, taking away the jobs of the gardeners here in Great Britain. Doing it nice and easy for them. Keeps it out the way though. We'll try and hop on track now with seems to be Gaming Up, who's on a flyer now. Fortunately, Fusion Dog has left the session by only setting a lap of 137.3. Hopefully he can get back in just in time here, as ooh, Gaming Hub doing a good job to save it there. Almost snapping from oversteer. Keeps it under control. Drew Mackett now. Coming down the hanger straight, nearly out of ERS there. So look to try and solidify this lap. Throw on a new personal best. There he goes with a 129.154 on the mediums. But we do have the Ferrari, I believe, Ozone Chimera coming up to the line. We'll see what he can do. He's currently in P3. He's got to find 3 more tenths to try and catch. He does. He goes P2 with a 127.1. So he catches BTFU, but not close to Daggers. Daggers way out in front with a 126.6. So it'll be hard to catch, but we'll see what Eduardo Andretti can do. Sorry, leave me alone, as he's now starting a flyer. Would love to hop on board though. Young Dagger, as he's just starting his flyer now. Sets a purple purple sector on his outlap, so you know he's on a charge to solidify that pole position. Just over a minute left here in quali, so people should be starting to set their final lap times. As you can see, plenty of drivers on their outlap. Young Dagger, though, a favorite for pole here. Sets a purple first sector. Looking good for him. Goes very wide through that turn. May have compromised his run. He's still flat on the power, though. He's looking to improve. Race to 33. Starting his final lap of the race in this qualifying session. And it looks like Young Dagger has invalidated that lap, so he will be done from the session. Ozone has retired. He's solidified his P2 spot at the minimum. Looks like our next driver to cross the line on a flyer is indeed MRL Strifium. Screaming towards cops. Bit of a lift there, just off the apex. Counter to Beckett's in 8th gear before dropping it down a couple. As the session is over, Young Dagger is currently on pole. We'll see if anyone can do anything to stop him. Strifium trying to improve on that 28.5. We'll see what he can do. Comes up to the line. Can he improve? He does not. He will stay the same time. Looks like race 33 will go P5 with a 127.9. And CSTM will dive into the pits. BTFU, though, another challenger for pole. Can he top out Young Dagger's time? We'll see as he comes up to the line. What can he do? He does not improve, so he will stay where he's at. But Henners could maybe change that up as he comes up to the line with full ERS. He stays P4, so that'll be it for the top 5 so far. We've got Leave Me Alone, who has backed out of his lap here. And I believe that is it. Everyone else has finished. He's our last driver to take it, but Young Dagger, dominant second lap in qualifying. And that'll put him on pole. Ozone Chimera doing a good job of nagging that P2 spot from BTFU by just 26 milliseconds. A solid lap by all of our drivers there. Bit of a gap to P4 where Henners took a 127.7, followed by Racer 33, who jumped up to P5 at the last minute there. As we wait for Leave Me Alone to hop back into the pits, that'll be the end of this qualifying session. So there you have it, folks. Young Dagger on pole in dominant form at the moment, followed closely by Ozone Chimera and BTFU in P3. There's me leveling up for doing absolutely nothing. Love to see it. Young Dagger, the Canadian, on pole, followed by Chimera in P2, BTFU in P3, Henners in P4, Race 33 P5, CSTM P6, Only Use My Dad P7, Strifium P8, Kermit in the Renault P9, his teammate unfortunately not able to make it tonight, and Tiger Racing in P10, rounding off the top 10. Take a short break in the commentary booth while we wait for the drivers to choose their setups and start the formation lap. Young Dagger off to a flyer on this formation lap. Practicing his start, I'm sure, and definitely not thinking that the race was already beginning. As we start our 0th lap of 26, make our way through the field. I will pull up the current standings, run them through. I believe Young Dagger just completely goes off the track there. He's showing the fans everything. Right now, Dagger is in P1 with 103 points. Solid in the Drivers' Championship. We got Rates at 33 in P2 with the 71 points. Dump Truck in P3, unable to make it this week, unfortunately. Henners in P4. BTFU in P5. Kermit in P6. Pulling for the Renault team. Striffium in P7, so McLaren doing pretty good job there. Only Use My D in P8. Squirmy in P9, who did take that quality ban, so he will be starting P16 today. And then we got Joshua Burns in P10, unable to make it tonight either. So solid for our Drivers' Championship. Meanwhile, in Constructor standings, we got Racing Point in first. Of course, as you can see, Dagger is tearing it up with Only Use My D, helping him out. Alfa Romeo in P2 in the Constructors. Williams in P3. McLaren P4. Toro Rosso P5. Renault P6. Ferrari P7. Haas P8. Red Bull P9. And Mercedes in last in the construction standings. So now, as our drivers pull up to the line, we'll get this race underway. And of course, we will see rain very shortly here, as it's supposed to get quite heavy. So keep an eye on that, folks, as strategy will be completely mixed up. It's not going to be who's the fastest. It's going to be who's the smartest, with a little bit of luck as well, as our drivers all join the grid now. Waiting for everyone to join. So we have 3, 4, 5 red lights. It's lights out and we're underway. Great start there from some of their back drivers. Squirmy getting away well. Young Dagger leading into the first corner, doing a pretty good job. Going wide there is BTFU. He holds his P2 spot though. Pretty clean so far throughout this first sector. Everyone keep it nice and tidy. Dagger out to a great start, pulling ahead. A little bit of front wing damage there. I'm not sure with who. Everyone else pulling through quite well. Seems like Squirmy's ghosting a little bit. Meanwhile, Dagger is way out in front by almost a second already on this first lap. Side by side, though, is Only Use My D up in front of Ozone Chimera. Ozone Chimera, unfortunately, got a terrible start and has dropped back to P5 from P2. Striffium up the inside of Race 33. Race 33 has dropped back as well. He may as well have wing damage at this point. So we've got the Williams of Henners holding off the Ferrari. Oh, as the Ferrari of Ozone Chimera has spun and hit the wall. That is an unfortunate first lap for him. Starting P2, now drop back to P15 with wing damage. Not the thing you want to see. We'll hop back up though, as Only Use My D is side by side with Henners. Awesome job for that Racing Point to get up into P3. It's currently a Racing Point podium. So solid job by those guys trying to extend their lead, as Henners did indeed have wing damage, so he's diving into the pits. Uncertain what happened there, where he got that wing damage. He gets a 5-second penalty for speeding the pit lane, as well as CSTM is getting passed now by Striffium on the inside. Dagger sets the fastest lap, of course. Race 33 trying to make some kind of move as well, as CSTM may have win. Oh, Race 33 catches the grass, spins, holds it, may have saved it, and he'll go round, unfortunately. Don't think there was any damage though, so he'll be safe from the pits. Looks like Race 33 got a severe collision with Skins. He may have rejoined the track right as we came off of him there. Skins completely lost his wing. Not entirely sure what happened there. Big old train forming now as Squirmy's made his way up to P9. Eduardo Andretti gets a 3-second time penalty already for multiple warnings. Striffium up into P4. So right now it's a Racing Point McLaren, Racing Point McLaren. As Kermit's right on the back of Only Use My D. Sorry, Leave Me Alone. Trying to make some kind of move. CSTM gaining on Striffium though, trying to get that position back. Getting that top 4. Throw on the tires here to see what we're working with. Intervals unfortunately not working as well as we'd like. As Dagger sets the fastest lap, but BTFU is coming back. He'll stay in that slipstream. Only Use My Dad sets the fastest lap now, as he's on a charge to try and catch these guys up here. Looking pretty solid from our D2 drivers here. Eduardo Andretti gets a 5-second penalty now, adding to his time penalties. Tiger Racing looking to take over for that Ferrari team as Chimera has dropped down to last. Although I wouldn't count him out yet, as the rain will come and surely will mix things up. Striffium does indeed get passed by CTSM after DRS has now been activated. Here comes Tiger. As Kermit goes very wide. Around the outside of Tiger. Big lockup. Kermit does a good job to stay on his inside and will keep that position for the time being. They could go side by side into cops. We will see. Kermit closes them off and Tiger will back out there. Skirmy looking to make something happen though. Trying to keep on board with them as he's moving all around the track. Going through Maggins Beckett's, maybe a little bit of a tap there. Very hard to follow along here. Tiger doing a good job though, being right on the back of Kermit. He will have that DRS and plenty of ERS. Squirmy trying to make something happen as well. Tiger Racing gets ahead though. Kermit could look for the switchback as he comes up alongside him. Tiger will stay ahead though. Dagger sets the fastest lap of the race. He's pulled 2 seconds out on PTFU in just that lap. That is a wild amount. But Tiger up into P7 now in front of Kermit, on his way to catch Leave Me Alone. Striffium meanwhile trying to catch up back to CSTM. Still in that DRS range, so he's got time to catch him, time to save some ERS. As Stormy has left the session, his car has ghosted out. Not entirely sure what happened. His connection was looking quite unstable earlier when we were on board him. Striffium trying to make something happen on this next DRS zone. If you can stay with CSTM, get close to him in Maggins and Beckett's. CSTM goes very wide there. Striffium getting an awesome exit, activates that DRS. Minimal ERS though, as he's running what seems to be low ERS. Maybe trying to just stick in CSTM slipstream and save up some battery to make the move later in the race. Not entirely sure what lap the rain is supposed to come. Meanwhile, young Dagger isn't wasting any time. He's completely pulling ahead of BTFU. And leading this race by a long shot. You can see BTFU way in the back there, followed semi-closely by Only Use My D, who's not in DRS range, so he's unable to make anything happen. Meanwhile, Skins on the softs, gaining quickly on Ozone Chimera. Skins had to pit, and he went for the softs, knowing that the rain is going to come. Surely a good call there. Not sure why Ozone Chimera went on the hards. Those are, I believe, the C1s tire compound, which are basically the very hard tires, which have absolutely no grip, and they will never degrade ever. So you can drive on them forever, but you won't go very fast at all. You can see Skins already gaining very quickly on Chimera here. Right on the back of him after just one sector. Surely he'll pass him here with the help of DRS. You can see Skins got plenty of ERS as well, as Leave Me Alone has been passed by Tiger Racing. Not sure what happened. Leave Me Alone has lagged out behind Kermit as well. So Kermit getting the ghost past, the most elite of all pass types. Kermit staying with Tiger as well. Skins unable to get by Ozone Chimera just yet. Goes a little wide there. See if we can get some DRS out of this corner and make a move on Chimera. Chimera getting a great exit though. Solid work from him on those hard compound tires. We know he's quick, but Skins does have the softer compound. It's a good job there by him. Strifium tucking in behind CSTM. As Squirmy has been passed by his teammate. I believe Squirmy is still out of this session. So Hender's looking to make his way back up to the top 10. Only time will tell what happens to these drivers as they are soon to be bombarded with some kind of rain. According to my sources, looks pretty sunny out for England to me. But you know, those clouds can come in right quick and change things up entirely, which I'm very excited to see. Hopefully someone can challenge Young Dagger in this rain, can bring a varying strategy for him to see if he can withstand that lead. Of course, our PC Division 1 race did have similar weather. The rain came in near the end of the race, but it wasn't too heavy. We'll see how hard it comes down now. The battle for P12 is on, as Skins is right behind Ozone Chimera. The rest of our drivers are pretty spaced out. Strifium staying just over a second within CSTM. Tiger Racing up into P6, Kermit up into P7 as well. Solid starts by both of them. So we can see everyone basically from P9 onwards has pit for wing damage. Unfortunate, as PC Division 2 has been named our cleanest division. Oh, as we have, what was that? The Gaming Nub has spun coming out of the final corner. And seems like his wing's still slightly intact, so he should be okay. But very unfortunate for him there. Luckily, didn't collide with any of the drivers, and should be okay. Yellow flag in Sector 1, I believe, is for the Gaming Nub, as he may have gone off again. He has indeed. Not sure what happened to his car there. Race 33 getting by, though. He's on a mission to try and make his way back up after switching to those medium tires. Skins right on the back of Chimera. They're going side by side now. Chimera holding that inside line. Skins coming back around, doing a good job of leaving him space. Here comes Skins, though, around the outside. Chimera has the inside line. They're going to go side by side through cops, it seems, as Chimera does back out, and Skins gets that position up into P11. Solid pass there by him. Great battling. Nice and clean, leaving plenty of space. Meanwhile, Kermit slowly falling back from Tiger, as Leave Me Alone gets a time penalty now. As Chimera has taken back that position from Skins. Not sure what happened. He may have spun just as we went off of him. PPR Squirmy's coming in and out of this race. Seems like he's an AI now, as Chimera goes around the outside of the AI of Squirmy. Gets the move done, up into P10 now in that points position. The Skins having to back off. Looks like his wing's all right. He may have slipped up in Mackett's and Beckett's. As he gets a little oversteer there. Squirmy is indeed controlled by an AI. Oh! Taps Squirmy's AI and bumps his wing. Surely that'll be some damage for him. Very unfortunate. Skins has left the session. Not sure if that's connection issue or what, as well as Squirmy. According to Nick Moore in chat, PPR GOAT, there is rain in 3 laps. As Eduardo Andretti has retired from the session. Not sure where he's at. Looks like in turn 1. See out to the right there, you can see him. His car just sitting out there as Tiger has opted to pit. Rain in 3 laps though, so I would have stayed on those tires, looking to go for some kind of ultimate strat. So that VSC still on. No actual safety car. As plenty of drivers getting time penalties now, unfortunately. Roder Andretti is out of here, getting that DNF. He will be done. Green flag though, and Young Dagger is 6 seconds ahead, pulling away even more. That rain could not get here any sooner. Yes, Jeb, indeed. The AI do not know how to race quickly through corners here, unfortunately. Lap 10 done here. As only used by that gets a 5-second penalty. He's in the pit lane now. Not sure exactly what he'll go for, as we know the rain is coming very soon. Looks like Ridge 33 has overtaken the Ghost of Skins. Not a great day for Toro Rosso, as they're sitting in the last place out of all the points, as Gaming Nub gives his teammate a little tap there. The AI, of course, going very slowly through all these corners here. And up into P13. Nice little battle here from the teammates. Oh, as the Gaming Nub gets a time penalty, spins out, collides with the wall. Luckily, he goes in back first, as the damage model doesn't allow for any damage from the back, just the front, so he should be okay. But those tires surely will be shot and covered in gravel. So unfortunate for him. Ozone Chimera, though, feels those hard tires kicking in. He's coming up close as Ridge 33 gets ahead of Squirmy easily from his AI. Leave me alone. Nice exit there. He's got plenty of battery. Gonna make something happen, as Young Dagger has indeed decided to pit. We'll go back on board though with Ozone to see if he can make a move. He stays out. There's a yellow flag in Sector 3. Not sure what that's for. It looks like the Gaming Nub again, who's gone off. He is not having a great day, as BTFU takes the lead now. Hermit up into P4. Strifium dives into the pits and gets a time penalty, unfortunately. Kermit could be on for a great race here if he stays out, knowing that rain is coming. Hopefully he's listening to the stream and knows that the ultimate strat is staying out until that rain comes with these soft tires. They can go probably until lap 14 before you really start seeing a lack of pace. We've got inters from Strifium, and it hasn't even started raining yet, unless my screen is blind. But I believe Strifium will be very slow on those tires. Unfortunate. But here comes Henners on Tiger. We'll watch that gap from Leaving Me Alone to Strifium, as you can see Strifium's struggling a lot. There's no water to even get any grip from those tires, unfortunately. You can see Leave Me Alone on the softs, closing in on Strifium hard, but Ozone Chimera still trying to make something happen. Young Dagger on a move now to catch up to Kermit and pass him. Kermit staying out, doing a good job, trying to make it last all the way until the rain. We'll see if Young Dagger can pass him real quick. Goes around the outside, across the line, gets the move done, nice and easy. tell Kermit's tires are definitely slipping. But Henner's, meanwhile, on the back of Tiger, trying to make something happen. Leave me alone. It's already caught up to Strifium. They're going to go 3 wide now. A double overtake. Chimera getting ahead of both Strifium and Leave Me Alone in one corner. Nice double overtake there on the hard compound tires, too. But dives into pits as it's now indeed raining, so the inters will be a choice for all of them. Henner's trying to make something happen now, too. The rain has started, ladies and gentlemen. As Ozone has gone to the pit, we'll see if he goes to those inters. Looks like he is, so smart job there from him. Strategy is working out. Henner's unable to pass Tiger Racing here. Surely they'll dive into the pits shortly. DRS is still enabled, though, and that usually is the indicator of when you should switch to intermediates. Leave Me Alone gets the 5-second time penalty. Chimera's coming out of the pits, though. On those inters, maybe still a little bit too early. Oh my god, his teammate, Racer 33, sorry, not teammate, sister teammate, goes a little wide there with the medium, so it is getting decently wet out here. Could be time to pit. Kermit gets a 5-second penalty. Oh no, for speeding the pit lane. Did a good job to last those tires 11 laps. Young Dagger up into P1 now. He will have to pit. BTFU pitting for intermediates. Dagger may have the better strategy here as DRS is still enabled. So I believe the inters aren't fully prepared so far. There's a VSC now, so that pit stop could help out those guys. DRS is enabled. Green flag now. Plenty of cars in the pits. All kinds of actions. Rain is coming in more and more as Henner stays out on the mediums a little bit more. CTSM on the inters. You can see the mediums, the more powerful tire at the moment. Soon to change to the intermediates, though. As they're coming up on the AI of Skins, who's going incredibly slow. Gets out the way. Henner's trying to make some kind of move on CSTM. Up the inside. They're side by side now. Going into cops. Henner's will back off, though. As CSTM goes a little wide there. Could get some oversteer. Henner's trying to make the move quick before he has to dive into the pits to change to those wet tires. Goes side by side now. Oh, a little tap there from CSTM. They keep it generally clean, though. Come through Maggots Beckett's. CSTM, though, the tires kicking in from the water coming down. They're side by side. They're probably fairly equal on grip now. If not, CSTM's getting that advantage slowly as more rain comes. Looks like CSTM will have the position, and Henner's will have to dive to the pits. DRS is disabled, so perfect timing for Henner's. Maximize his time on those dry tires, and will continue on to the wets. Unfortunately, a 5-second penalty. Plenty of drivers getting that now, as Young Dagger has decided to pit. So he's dropped down to P2. BTFU way out in front now. Young Dagger, unfortunately, not getting a VSC under his pit, so he took much longer of a pit stop. Henner's sideways in the pit, not sure what's happening. Hopefully he can get out soon. There has been a glitch sometimes where you get stuck in the pit. He's got out A-okay now. Leave Me Alone pitting as well. Plenty of pit lane penalties here as drivers are unable to slow down in time for the pit lane. Meanwhile, Young Dagger has 10 laps now to chase down CSTM and BTFU. Here we got Tiger Racing just popping right behind Henner's as he come out the pits. Tiger Racing pretty used to these intermediates, as Henner's will have to get used to them now. As Racer 33 gets a time penalty, his race not going his way. Race 3 going toe-to-toe with Squirmy's AI. Squirmy's AI doing a good job in the wet here in P11. The rain is coming down now. The question is, will we see enough rain to make it wet? Young Dagger gets a 3-second time penalty for charging too hard. Unfortunately, that could definitely compromise his race win chances. BTFU and CSTM benefiting huge from that VSC, it seems, in the pits. Pitting at a perfect time. Young Dagger is still on the charge, though. As Henners gets a 3-second time penalty. Too many time penalties for me to even count, so the end of this race could stack up to be quite a wild ending. Young Dagger pulling out a second in just those 2 sectors on CSTM, so he's definitely on the move. Yellow flag in Sector 1 looks like Leave Me Alone has spun in the first couple of turns. Very hard turns to keep the car on track there as you're going high speed in wet conditions. Stay here, though, with Young Dagger as he's knocked off another second, so he's gained almost 3 seconds a lap on CSTM. He's on a charge now. Definitely trying to make something happen in the next 10 laps or so. As you can see now, CSTM just in the corner of Young Dagger's screen. Young Dagger won in France, and I believe one in Austria, so he's looking to make it a back-to-back-to-back 3 in a row wins if he can catch BTFU way out front. And I believe BTFU doesn't have any time penalties, so Young Dagger will have to pull a 3-second gap. Not a whole lot of time for him to do that, but we will see. Only time will tell. We could see a mix-up strat too if full wet tires are required as opposed to just these intermediates. As Tiger Racing gets another time penalty there. Sitting in P7. All our drivers pretty spaced out at the moment, as you can see on our track map. Looks like Squirmy is getting lapped by his teammate in the Williams. And by Squirmy, I mean Squirmy's AI. Young Dagger getting closer and closer to CSTM, but BTFU pulling away from CSTM, making it ever so hard for Young Dagger to catch up. As Leave Me Alone gets another time penalty, so there's going to be time penalties galore as Dagger goes very wide there. Doesn't get any time penalties, keeps it under control. Loses about 3/10 from that mishap. But that's very minimal considering the circumstances of spinning out in turn 1. Take a look at Henners, who's slightly closing in on Only Use My Dad. Racing Point looking pretty solid to extend their constructors lead as they're running P3 and P5 right now. And I believe for Young Dagger soon to be, oh, yellow flag in Sector 2. It looks like, no, Kermit has spun, but he's kept it out the wall, so he's chilling in P4 still. Lost about 5 seconds there, but doing a good job of trying to stay up into P4. This could be Renault's best finish for PC Division 2 if he can keep this up. Unfortunately, his teammate not making it tonight, but he's carrying every single part of Renault today. Usually they vie for a points finish, but today Kermit's proven they got plenty more in the bag. Henner's slightly closing in on the racing point of Only Use My Dad. Nothing yet though. We'll check back on him in a couple of laps. Meanwhile, Dagger's closing in quick on CSTM, going very wide through that apex. As he cuts the corner there, getting, I'm sure, another warning. Backed off about 3/10 there, but closing back in on CSTM. Henner's within 1.2 seconds now. We'll see which driver can make the move first. Young Dagger on CSTM or Henner's on Only Use My Dad. Looks like they're both very close. CSTM goes a little wide through Cops there. Henner's, though, still a while back. We'll see as Young Dagger's mobbing through Maggots and Beckett's. Now within 5/10 of CSTM. Exiting nice and close. May not have the power to try and pass him here. No DRS, of course, because it's raining. And we'll have to possibly wait for another chance. Stick with Henner's, though, as he seems to be just a bit further back. Yellow flag in Sector 1 as it Leave Me Alone has spun in Turn 1. We'll see if he can get out the way for these guys coming through, fighting for P2. This could very well mix things up with a back marker. Young Dagger right on the back of him now. Definitely trying to make something happen. Looks like he may be too far back to do anything, though. Very, very close now. BTFU pulling 15 seconds ahead. Looking pretty solid. Dagger getting real close now, right on the back of CSTM. Looking for a move on the inside, and the Cops maybe trying to force him wide. CSTM stays planted, though. Stays ahead. They come up on the back marker of Leave Me Alone. He'll gladly get out the way. Nice job by him there. Keep it clean. Here comes Dagger, though, right on the back. He should have a great opportunity here to pass as they go down the hangar straight. Right on the back of him. He'll peek to the inside. Late on the brakes there. Staying side by side. CSTM getting a solid exit, though, as they're still side by side going to the next corner. Here comes CSTM, keeping it nice and clean. Dagger stays ahead, though. A little bit of a tap, but all in all, solid racing. Dagger up into P2 to cross the line. So now it's just 6 laps left for this race. Henner's right on the back, though, of Only Use My Dad after that straight, as they are now coming up on the back marker of Leave Me Alone. Yet again, we'll see how he plays into this battle. Battle for P5 is on, as they are also closing in on Kermit. So the battle for P4 is now heating up. As Henner's will see if he can navigate around Only Use My Dad, and as well the Renault of Kermit. We got heavy rain in 2 laps, according to Nick. Looking for a move, possibly. Only Use My Dad covers off the inside. Henner's off the racing line. Hopefully this battling will benefit Kermit in the Redo. As Eric gets another time penalty, unfortunately pushing, trying to get BTFU up front. That could solidify BTFU's win if he doesn't make any mistakes. But here comes Henner's. A little bit of a lag there from Only Use My Dad. He gets a 3-second time penalty, so that could help out Henner's, although I know Henner's has a couple time penalties himself. We'll soon find out. As they come screaming down the hanger straight, Kermit doing a good job of staying ahead there. But here comes Henner's looking on the inside, will not make a move. Kermit hindering any kind of passing at the moment. Sector 1, there's a yellow flag. It looks like Leave Me Alone again has spun in turn 1. We need to start a counter for that, ladies and gentlemen. But here comes our racers. They're going to go side by side through turn 1. We'll see who comes out on top. Looks like Henner's backs out nicely there. But here they come up to the Haas. Sorry, the Alfa Romeo first of race 33, right in the back of him. Kermit running a little wide through that apex. Henner's with a great exit. We'll get a time penalty, though, as he just extends track limits. Here he comes down the inside of Only Use My Dad. They're going side by side now. Kermit staying just out in front. Henner's gets the move done into the turn. Henner's will look to make some kind of move now on Kermit as he's pushed on. Here these three drivers come into Cops. Only Use My Dad still right on the back of Henner, so he's not done yet. That position definitely still up for grabs as they come through. Maggots and Beckett's will stay on board with Dad. Follows closely behind as Henner's is looking for some kind of, a little bit of wing damage. I'm not sure what happened there. May have been Henner's hitting Kermit. That could totally cost him the race there. So see if you can see any kind of wing damage on Henner's. I thought I saw an end plate go missing, and he does. His right end plate is gone from tapping Kermit. That is crucial to his race. Not as bad, though, considering it is wet. But here goes Only Use My Dad deep into the corner and knocks Henner's. And he may have spun. No, he's gone wide. He's let him back through. Very deep dive on there. Luckily, Henner's already had his end plate gone, so nothing going there. No damage, it seems, from Only Use My Dad. That's crucial to him. So Kermit chilling out in P4 at the moment. Young Dagger's closed in a second on BTFU, so he's closing in, but not quickly enough as he's still 15 seconds down the road. Henner's will try his best to hold off Only Use My Dad as Shrifium gets a 3-second time penalty down in P8. You can see the Ferrari of Tiger Racing in the background there, looking to capitalize on the mistakes of Henner's and Only Use My Dad, who may have wing damage, so he could possibly catch them. There's a yellow flag in Sector 2. It seems like the Toro Rosso AI of Skins has spun. Not entirely sure what happened. He's reversing to I have no idea where. We'll hop back on board with these guys, who there's a massive train building up behind Leave Me Alone. Race 33 is trying to get by him as they're racing for track position here. See what happens. Here comes Race 33, looking to the inside of Leave Me Alone for that final points position. Late on the brakes as Kermit now is coming through, trying to get by Leave Me Alone as he is a backmarker. He'll back off. Awesome job there by him. We'll see what happens, though, as these drivers try and get by him. Big old train trying to get through these backmarkers. Leave Me Alone. Oh, gets tapped and possibly spun around. No, he's kept it straight. Unfortunate there. This is a yellow flag in Sector 3. Leave Me Alone just got obliterated by all those front runners. He did a good job of staying out the way. Got tapped, unfortunately, as here comes Kermit passing by Race 33, who is a blue flagger. Race 33 getting a little contact there with Henner's. These guys are ruthless trying to get by the back markers. As Racer 33 gets a 3-second time penalty. He's trying to get out the way. Henner's trying to get that slipstream. Racer 33 will back off. And they get through. Not cleanly, but they get through those back markers. And they'll still be on for a battle here as Only Use My Dad gets a solid exit. Nice line there, right on the back of Henner's. Kermit pulling away slightly now after these two battling. Oh, a little bit of a ghost there. Not sure whose end that is. Coming right behind him through cops. Tiger Racing, meanwhile, has caught up to this pack. He's only a second and a half back. He has to get by Racer 33, the back marker, of course, before anything happens. Exiting Maggots Beckett's. The heavy rain has come indeed. But it is too late for drivers to make a pit and change to wets. It'll surely lose them too much time. Only Use My Dad doing everything he can to try and get past Henner's in the final 3 laps. Meanwhile, BTFU way out in front. Nothing happening for him unless he makes a mistake. Young Dagger 6 seconds ahead of CSTM, so he should be solid for that P2. This is an all-out battle now for P4. See some blue sky there, but most of the rain is coming down on track. Tiger now with the 1.3. Tiger has the chance to possibly cop a P4 here if he really pushes. Big old train forming off the back of Kermit. As they come down, see Tiger just in the background. Only Use My Dad later on the brakes there, as you can see. Tiger within 1.2, trying to catch the back of this pack. Makes something happen. Kermit gets a 3-second time penalty. That could be crucial to his race. I'm sure plenty of drivers behind him have time penalties as well. That is unfortunate, though. As they come through Maggots and Beckett's. Oh, a little bit of a slide there. It's kind of how you want to do it in the rain. As Only Use My Dad goes a little wide there. That'll allow Tiger to get right on the back of him. Tiger could have a run on Only Use My Dad. But he'll stay behind in P7 at the moment. These drivers probably do know the penalties at the moment, so they could be playing it safe and tucking behind. They're just waiting for the flag. But we do not hear as Only Use My Dad goes super deep there. He has been landing the brakes all race. And this could compromise his run into T1. Tiger going off the line, poking his head out, trying to intimidate him. Meanwhile, we got Henner's right on the back of Kermit with that wing damage. Big lock up there from Tiger. Able to keep it nice and clean, though. Hits that apex. Oh, a little bit of a lock up, and he spins out, but keeps it forward facing. Lap 25 now. That'll be it for Tiger on his chances. We'll look up to P4, 5, and 6 now. See if they can do anything about it. BTFU 15 seconds ahead. He's solidified that. But all eyes on P4 as Henner's is trying to make something happen with that broken wing. He's been doing a good job of sticking with Kermit. So both these drivers go wide. May have gotten another warning. Who knows? Time penalty is definitely crucial. Another warning there, probably from Only Use My Dad. Another one there. He's got a 3-second time penalty in the span of 3 turns. He's cut every single corner, unfortunately. Definitely vital to his race as BTFU has started the final lap of the race. He'll be charging to try and get this win. Kermit pulling a nice little gap now on Henner's. Only Use My Dad right in the back, cuts the entirety of the final corner, hops that curb. No damage done though. Still got some ERS left. Cuts turn 1. Right in the back, could he go for a move? Looks up the inside possibly. Gets a little tap there, he's cut another corner. trying to stay on the inside. Looks up the inside of Henners. Nothing happening there. He's giving everything he's got on this final lap here. Looks like he put too far back for a move now as he compromises exit, unfortunately. As they come up to PPR, Skirmy the Ghosted. Kermit got around him quite well. This will slow up Henners for sure. But here we have BTFU come up to the line as he wins the British Grand Prix here for PC Division 2. Awesome drive by him. Ultimate strategy. And came away with the win. But we have, of course, Young Dagger. Came out on pole, but unfortunately couldn't make anything happen. He'll come home in P2. Meanwhile, we've got Young Dagger, though, right on the back of, Tiger Racing, right on the back of Only Use My Dad. He could make something happen here at the very end. MRL CTSM coming up to the line. Comes home in P3. Solid drive by him. Tiger Racing, maybe just too far back to make anything happen, as these drivers are battling it out. Could Only Use My Dad have a lunge in the final corner. We'll see. He's right on the back now. We'll see as they come to the line. Kermit coming home in P4. Nice job there by him. Only Use My Dad. And Henners coming up to the line. Only Use My Dad goes up to P5. Tiger Racing up to P5 due to time penalties. So solid drive by the Ferrari there. Striffium coming into the final sector. Kermit holding on to that P4. Solid drive from the Renault driver. I think his best finish of the season. Striffium coming around to the final corner for McLaren. Crosses the line in P8. Will serve a 5-second time penalty. Ozone Chimera hopefully going to jump up. And he does. P8 due to lack of time penalties. Good job by him there. Leave me alone. Final to cross the line in P11. So there you have it. Great battle for P4. Kermit came out on top, followed by Only Use My Dad. Tiger Racing. And then Only Use My Dad. Penalties galore here, but BTFU, your race winner. Solid drive by McLaren, finishing P1 and P8. Backed up some great points. Young Dagger in the racing point in P2. And of course, Racing Point extending their lead even more with Only Use My Dad finishing P6. There you have it, folks. MRL CTSM, CSTM coming home P3. Plenty of time penalties, as you can see. 11 seconds from Henners, 9 seconds from Only Use My Dad. Only 8 from Kermit, though, as he holds that P4 just off the podium. Solid drive by him. He will be my driver of the day. Great to see him up there fighting for that P4. Rain always brings an exciting race. We'll try and get those guys in the interview room shortly. We'll go see if we can find these guys real quick. Just as we sort them out, let's see if we can find them. There's a couple of our drivers just getting in the commentary booth here. See if we can get Kermit as well. So yeah, just an outstanding race. Love to see him up there. One of our commentators. Alright, but now we're joined. Let's see if we can get our Discord working. There we go. Now we're joined with CSTM. Solid drive, man. How was that strategy for you, given all the rain?
Thanks. Yeah, I think the key for me was just stretching those softs all the way until the rain came. Luckily, I was able to make it just in time. VSC came out right before I needed to pit, so it really worked out.
Yeah, that was awesome timing. Of course, with the rain, it's always nice to get lucky. So you definitely capitalized on that. Good job stretching out those softs, and solid job on your first PPR race officially in P3.
Thanks. It was good fun.
Thanks, man. Now we're joined by Young Dagger, who's finished in P2. Solid race. Unfortunately, strategy did not work out due to the rain. What were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I know. I was like thinking about staying out, but then I saw my tires were like 67%, so I was like, nah, I'm not gonna risk a puncture for it. And then I boxed for the mediums. I should have boxed for the softs, but then I was like, the rain is probably gonna take at least 5 or 6 laps, you know? Nah, it was the next lap right after. So yeah, that pretty much screwed me over.
Yeah, man,
But
that's unfortunate. But you did have
yeah,
a
and I had no pace in the rain as well. Like I was pretty slow in the rain, and also I got like the 6 seconds like worth of penalties in the rain because I kept like losing the back and extending, which yeah doesn't help.
Yeah, definitely not. But you had a flyer of a pole lap though, which is much
Yeah,
appreciated.
thanks. Yeah,
But
I was like, okay, this is a good lap, and then when I finished it, I was like, all right, that was a good lap.
yeah, definitely a solidified pole for you. Wasn't too much
Yeah,
competition there, but
yeah,
strategy in the race unfortunately didn't work
yeah.
out.
It's a shame. If there was no rain, I probably would have won that, but it is what it is.
Yeah, man.
And yeah, I'll come back for next race.
Congrats on P2. We'll see you next week.
Thanks. See you next week, bro.
Now we're joined by BTFU, our race winner, who had the ultimate strat, stretching out those softs and waiting for those raindrops to come. How was that strategy and race for you, man?
It was sketchy at first. I was like trying to determine, looking at the weather before the race started, trying to determine when that rain would come, and it was going to be a very hard stretch on those softs, but was able to do it. Left front was getting really badly worn, but rain fell right at the right time.
Yeah, man. And on those wets, you were doing a good job of keeping that distance between Young Dagger. You after he got past CSTM, you kept it pretty constant and maintained that lead. So you definitely deserve that win.
No, definitely. I saw in qualifying that we were going to have a rain race or semi-rain, and put it to like a semi-wet weather setup, so that helped out at least on that part. So obviously the VSC and not pitting for any dry tires, that really helped me go further.
Yeah, definitely wet setups are very crucial here. As we saw in our PCD1 race, I did not use a wet setup and I was quite slow. So solid strategy there to go ahead and use that wet setup and
No,
ultimately come away with a win.
awesome. Thank you, man.
Take it easy. See you next week.
See you next week.
There you have it, folks. That is our podium finishers. I was gonna see if we can get Kermit in here, but I believe he is off celebrating that P4 for Renault. So solid drive, and we'll go ahead and close off his stream. Appreciate you guys for sticking around. Plenty of viewers. If you liked it, go ahead and leave a like on that like button wherever it is. I'm not sure where it is on YouTube. That's greatly appreciated. If you guys are interested, you can check out our new website. We've rebranded, you might say. So you can peep our new logo. You can peep our new leagues. We're doing ACC. We're doing iRacing. We're doing it all. If you're interested in any of that, hop on over and we'll definitely get you sorted. But for now, we're going to head out and we'll see you guys Friday for Xbox Division 3.